Our thoughts have the ability to either uplift our life or downgrade our life. Because these thoughts often lead to the actions we take in our daily lives, and these actions become our habit, which often determines the kind of lifestyle we lead. Hence, choosing to think positive thoughts leads to a happier and more fulfilling life. So, what are the few small habits that we could change about the way we think, which would have bigger impact in our life in the long run?
Here are 5 habits that you must include in your daily life to uplift your life. Number 1, enjoy the journey. I've often observed this कि हम लोगों को ना हमेशा कहीं पहुंचने की जल्दी होती है. Back of the mind, you're always thinking about the destination. It's good to have a goal, it's good to have a target in mind, but because of the target, हमें हमारी जो journey है उसको खराब नहीं करना चाहिए. We must always enjoy the journey because that ultimately takes more time, and that is actually the most interesting part of our life or of anything that we do. Number 2, we need to change the narrative that we tell ourselves on a daily basis. Because if you keep saying that you are not good enough, then you will not be good enough. And I realized this few years back, and I have incorporated this in my life, and it has made a huge difference. For example, you're not having a good hair day and your hair is behaving weird. So instead of thinking कि ये मेरे बाल ऐसे क्यों हैं आज, I'm not liking the way my hair is, you can change the narrative to, oh, my hair is looking a little different today, maybe that's a fresh change. So instead of saying things like no, can't, not good enough, start saying things that are more hopeful and exciting and that is filled with hope, gratitude. Because जब आप continuously negative सोचते ना, then you get in that negative cycle and that negative loop, and then it has a compounding effect and it's very difficult to come out of it. So try to catch yourself whenever you are having those negative narratives or negative thoughts in your mind or in your subconscious mind. The third one is comparison. आज के टाइम में बहुत difficult है to not compare ourselves with others because we all go on social media and we all have followed accounts that are better than us and we tend to see them, we tend to look at their lives and हमें काफ़ी बार it's very natural and very human to feel that okay, they are doing something better than us or they are at a better position than us or they are prettier than us, they are fitter than us. To the level to which you can compare yourself with others is endless. But इसको कंट्रोल करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट है लाइक आज के टाइम में. सो व्हेनेवर आई टेंड टू कंपेयर माई सेल्फ विद अदर पीपल, मैं 2 चीज़ें करती हूँ. पहला मैं ये सोचती हूँ कि यार सबकी जर्नी अलग है, सबकी लाइफ अलग है एंड द सक्सेस और अबंडेंस इज नॉट लिमिटेड. इट्स नॉट अ कॉम्पिटिशन. ये स्कूल का फर्स्ट पोजिशन नहीं है कि एक को ही मिल सकता है. एवरीवन कैन हैव इट if they try hard enough. So this narrative really helps me because I feel that I'm not in competition with anyone. I just have to keep improving myself. I just have to keep, growing in my own life. And it's difficult to think itna wise thoughts hamesha nahi aate, honestly telling you, but I try. And this helps me. Actually 3 things. The second thing that I try to think of is that I try to take inspiration from the people that I tend to compare myself to. कोई अगर same चीज़ों में मेरे से अच्छा कर रहा है तो I take inspiration and I try to change that comparison into inspiration and think that अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. So that gives me a lot of hope. And the third thing is I tend to believe that everyone is not showing their full side on social media. So social media पे देख के किसी से jealous होना is not a wise thing to do because सब लोग अपनी एक ही personality दिखा रहे हैं social media पे. उनके background में क्या चल रहा है, उनके actual life में क्या चल रहा है, we have no idea. उनका एक face देख के उनसे comparison करना is not the right thing to do and I think it shouldn't be done. So that is something that I think of and it really helps me. Now the next thing is कोई भी चीज़ जब हमारे साथ होती है ना, उसके साथ जो हमारा रिस्पॉन्स हम करते हैं उस चीज़ पे, उसके बेसिस पे हमारा आउटकम निकलता है. सो किसी भी सिचुएशन में हम जो चीज़ हो गई है उसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, बट जो हमारा रिस्पॉन्स है लाइक इवेंट प्लस आवर रिस्पॉन्स इज इक्वल टू द आउटकम दैट्स गोइंग टू हैपन. तो इवेंट को कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, इट्स ओनली द रिस्पॉन्स दैट वी कैन कंट्रोल. एंड अगर हमें पता है कि हमारे रिस्पॉन्स से जो आउटकम है वो चेंज हो सकता है, देन वी शुड ट्राई टू चेंज आवर रिस्पॉन्स इन सच अ वे दैट आवर आउटकम इज बेटर. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ अगर कुछ गलत हो गया, कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया, देन इंस्टेड ऑफ ओवर रिएक्टिंग एंड थिंकिंग ऑफ इट एज द एंड ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, स्टार्ट ट्राइंग टू फाइंड सम positive response in situations, that you think will lead to better results or better outcomes. Now, the fifth and the last one is take care of your mental health as much as you take care of your physical health. By now, we all know that, physical health is important and everything, that, we must work out, we must move, we must stretch, all those things. But we don't still pay enough attention to our mental health. But we need to, take care of it. And how do we take care of it? There are several ways. We can start by, sharing our grief with someone, by sharing our story with someone. काफी बार we have a lot to share, right? We all have our stories, but हमें सुनने वाला नहीं मिलता. कभी-कभी ना we just want to vent out in front of someone and हमें बस चाहिए कोई जिसको हम बता सके सब कुछ and वो patiently सुने. And those people are not many, honestly. Like, you'll have very few people in your life who will be there to listen to you in every situation. But if you have a couple of them, try to share your, stories with them. Try to share what's going on in your mind. Instead of, keeping things inside your head, and instead of, letting everything get piled up, start sharing it, start offloading it, because, when you share things, you feel lighter, right? And you never know कि सामने वाला शायद कोई fresh perspective से आया आपकी life में and वो कुछ ऐसा बोले जिससे कि आपको आपके problems का कोई solution मिल जाए, right? So in case you want to join a support group, there are plenty online. I also host one. I'll put the link of mine in the description section. In case you are looking to vent out, just vent out in front of people, in front of strangers. कभी-कभी strangers के सामने बातें share करना ज़्यादा easy होता है as compared to people you know. So find such support groups. And you never know, काफ़ी बार ऐसे support groups में कुछ friends भी बन जाते हैं. तो keep an eye for such things, because I think that is really useful. And जब आप थोड़ा offload करते जाते हो, you feel lighter, you feel better, and overall you feel happier. So those are the 5 things that I believe all of us must include in our daily lives, and this will lead to not only a happier version of us, but a healthier mind as well. So that's it for today. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.